na naibu wake Rigathi Gachagua wamesema upinzani umeleta mzaha katika masuala muhimu ya kitaifa, ilhali serikali ya Kenya Kwanza inataka kuwasaidia Wakenya kukabiliana na hali ngumu ya maisha.
Siasa yetu haitakuwa na vita, haitakuwa ya kuharibu mali, haitakuwa ya kuharibu barabara. Itakuwa ni siasa bila chuki.
Sasa mimi sina kazi nyingine, rais aendelee na mambo ya uchumi, na mimi nimeweka mitego kila pahali. Wakijaribu kuja, mimi na deal na hawa.
Rais Ruto akisisitiza kuwa hakuna tena nafasi ya upinzani kuandaa maandamano.
We must protect this country and the police must be firm on hooligans, on criminals, on people who want to destroy other people's business.
Mawaziri Alfred Mutua na Mithika Linturi waliokuwa katika sehemu tofauti wakiitaka serikali kuweka vikwazo dhidi ya viongozi wa Azimio.
Tumeanza kukula mahindi mbichi huku. Kama umejipanga namna hiyo ndio utaweza kuteremusha gharama ya maisha kwenda chini. Sio kuweka sufuria kwa kichwa.
Ile tunaomba kwa vijana ni kwamba tufanye kazi na serikali. Tuendelee maendeleo ama tunataka maandamano.
You can't use blackmail. You know, it's a form of blackmail. It's a form of terrorism. You know, where you can kidnap somebody and then you say, okay, let's negotiate how to release this person. That's what they are trying to do. It's a form of blackmail.
Baada ya kufungua rasmi mradi wa maji wa Kimugu ambao umegharimu shilingi bilioni 1.2 kukamilishwa ndani ya miaka 7, rais alielekea katika kaunti ya Narok na kujumuika na wananchi eneo la Ntulele. Nimrotabu,
so I learned a few things from him. One is that what matters most is the time we put into things that I care about and the effort I put into it. What my father values most is community. A community with friends, family, and many people who have different beliefs that make the community better. For example, when my grandfather passed away, many people came to our home and gave us support. Not just small support, also financial support. I didn't know most of them, but I was grateful to have them around. I also noticed that my dad often went out to other families and also gave them some support. And I really learned a lot from noticing those things. And I also want to mention that he gets a lot of phone calls. I would like to assume that they were important phone calls because he gave them utmost attention as he gives this community. And he's grateful for the support that is within this community. And communities as such are the kind that will continue to help the future and help our future. I got all this information from my dad only 4 days ago, but from what I've seen today, I know that it's all true. A community that has helped each other and will continue to serve each other. As the Mbati family, we believe that we should share identities in our unity, and this is what my father believed in too.
That's my oldest daughter, Stacy, and we have the youngest one, Mary. So says, give out your speech.
All right, Marianne, thanks so much for that. Now, former First Lady Mwanyagetinge will spend a second night without government security, with police officers who were deployed to her Gatunda home briefly during the day, packing up in the evening and leaving the home. Officials say the former First Lady has resorted to the services of a private security company. We get more from our very own Mary Mwanyagetinge.
A day after security officers manning the premises of Mama Ngina's Muthaiga and Ishaweri homes were recalled, a group of armed officers was deployed to the Ishaweri home of the former First Lady. An officer who declined to speak on record says they were redeployed to the Ishaweri home of Mama Ngina at 7:30 a.m. Wednesday morning, roughly 14 hours after they were recalled and ordered to report to the nearest police station. At the road leading to the former First Lady's home in Gatundu, heavy police presence was visible with barricades set up a few meters to her home. This group of officers left later in the evening. At home, this contingent of armed officers stood guard at the gate, replacing private guards who manned the premises overnight after armed security was withdrawn on Tuesday evening. The situation was different at Mama Ngina's Muthaiga home in Nairobi, and like in Ishaweri, this access road leading to the home was devoid of armed security. At the gate, these 4 guards from a private security company were on guard duty, their wooden batons a far cry from the guns, which are under normal circumstances a common feature on personnel guarding the home of Kenya's first president. A guard who declined to speak on camera says they were increased from 2 to 5 after armed police officers who normally guard the premises were recalled. The withdrawal of armed security from Mama Ngina's homes comes amid accusations by government officials, including President Ruto and his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua, that former President Uhuru Kenyatta is funding the ongoing anti-government protests. Mary Mwanyagetinge, Citizen TV.
All right, Mary.
We can get to know those of us who are here, and I have to thank you for making time to come here. Then after that, I'll introduce the executive here, plus the county representative, and we have to thank Mr. Whitby from Bati for organizing this event down in the south. So tuwasau tuko hapa, tuko area, Mchele tuko hapa mpaka 8 p.m. Ping, you must stay there. Oh. Mr. Secretary, will you come and say something and introduce yourself? I'm supposed to catch you and now you want me to talk? No, come say a word. I take this auspicious occasion and opportunity to thank everyone who has made it today here. I've never actually met the Mwanyagetinge officials, and today they decided this gentleman actually was even today in my church, and he said that I must come, and he sent his beautiful daughter to come and invite me. I'm happy that you came to the church, and I told you that you should actually come. I take this opportunity again to thank the leadership of Mwanyagetinge, and I believe
came here very early and have been sitting patiently. Charles Owino, former police spokesman, and Joseph Kamau, former DCI boss. They're here. Okia Mtata, hopefully still on his way. Gentlemen, let's look at that graphic right now and let's start the conversation. We're going to put a graphic up right there, and I'll read it to you any second now. And it has to do with Article 37 of the Constitution. You see that? Article 37 says every person has the right, peacefully and unarmed, to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petitions to public authorities. The right to assemble is not, though, absolute under the Constitution. Gentlemen, which part of this is one of the shortest articles in the Constitution? Which part of that don't you understand?
I understand it fully.
And yet?
Maybe the politicians and the civilians may not understand it.
Okay, help them.
My boss, the DCI, who I worked under and who trained me,
yes,
and I believe we understand it well. And that is why I'm sad when Mutata is not here, because we would have wanted to listen to him. Article 37 of the Constitution is very clear, that every person has a right to assemble, to picket, to present petitions. And they say it must be peacefully and unarmed. But this article of the Constitution is operationalized by an act of Parliament, the Public Order Act.
Correct.
This right under Article 37 falls under the Bills of Rights, which was the biggest gain in the Constitution 2010, which we didn't have before. The Bills of Rights also have limitations. You will look at Article 24D of the Constitution, which says that as you enjoy your rights and fundamental freedoms, you don't prejudice rights and freedoms of others. Now, when you go to the Public Order Act, which operationalizes this act, which operationalizes Section 37, Article 37 of the Constitution, it has given procedure in order to ensure that we have public order in event we have demonstrations, we are picketing, we are assembling, or we are presenting petitions. Number one, the officer commanding police station, not the Inspector General, the OCS, within the jurisdiction where you want to act, should be notified 3 days before and not more than 14 days before. The purpose of notification is not just to give you permission. It's for the purpose of creating order. So that that place where you want to assemble, there should not have been another person who booked it to avoid conflict. That route you want to use may be a route. Let's assume you want to use Ngong Road, going to Kamkunji. The police must organize themselves on that particular day to divert traffic. And once you are authorized or you have notified the police 3 days before and not more than 14 days before, the action is supposed to take place between 6:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m.
Yeah, but okay, having said that.
Yes.
Bwana Kamau, having said that, it seems like there's a disconnect between what the police are meant to do and what they are doing.
Jeff, I want to, let me point this out. The whole issue here is peaceful demonstration. I think that's the whole issue. Can we have a peaceful demonstration? And how are you going to have a peaceful demonstration? You see, one of the things that the crowd, first of all, is disorganized itself. In the first place, it's disorganized. It's not organized, it's organized. Yeah. Now, having been disorganized, it means you need to put more effort in making sure that it works. So I'm saying the police must play a bigger role in making sure this works. I'm saying the police must put that role, that to make sure this demonstration is moving in the right direction with cooperation from the organizers. And what does it mean? They need to say how many people are going to be in this demonstration. Is it 500? Whatever they are. When, what, just like Mr. Wino is saying. Once you do that, and the location, you need to know, is it a business district? Is it a city center? Is it residential? What is it? And again, how are we going to make sure you don't have any joyriders inside that, demonstration, inside the crowd, that crowd? Because again, what is significant here is that not all demonstrators are demonstrating. Most of them are coming in. There are some who, they just hate the police. They join in. They hate the government. They join in, right? So because they're joining in, you must be very, very careful how you handle the whole situation. And that's why cooperating with the organizers is very, very important, because they will also help you to even remove those, the troublemakers from the demonstration. They will help you do that. If you work, you must, it's an effort. It's not, oh, let's do this. It's an effort. You have to work on it. It's not just, okay, fine, you demonstrate. It's an effort you have to put.
But still, you must admit there's a lot of brute force being used by the police on these demonstrators.
the brute force is coming in, is questioning the doctrine of minimum force. That's the doctrine being really challenged here. And you see, what does that mean? Minimum force used to be the force necessary to really effect an arrest or prevent anything occurring. That's how it was. The policing tradition was that, minimum force. Now, all this has been questioned. Why today? Because people are educated today. We have a new constitution. Everything is different. So the police must change tact and go, how do we now make sure this works? And how are we going to do that? By really through training. Proper and full training in terms of how do we deal with crowds. You must understand crowd psychology. This crowd, what is it? What is it composed of? I mean, what does it mean? And you yourself, remember, you are training a police officer to face danger. He must go there and face danger. That's the training which is there. So really, and we need to really demystify this, that a police officer is a human being. He's as much afraid as you are. So that means training is very, very significant in terms of making him aware. We are training you to move there and act, and not to use brute force, this brute force. And again, brute force, what do we mean by it? Meaning, you must today work it out that there are other ways you can non-lethal forces you can use. There are many you can use. So deadly force must be your last resort if you're going to use it. Because look at the backlash. It's not good. Nobody wants it. Jeff, nobody's going to work over dead bodies and is happy.
But so far, 24 plus, more than today alone, 6 people were killed.
I agree.
Total, more than 24.
And I say condolences to the families of those people who have died. But training is very significant.
Okay.
Jeff, I tend to not so much deviating from what he's saying. But most importantly, what we must ask ourselves is the position in which the police are finding themselves. Are the organizers of these demonstrations civil in themselves? And what is their objective of carrying out this demonstration? Number one, are they ready to follow regulations as they are put? Because if, for example, they notified the police, if they agreed on the routes they want to follow, if they agreed on the timings, remember, Jeff, somebody is bringing his mother from Meru to hospital, or his father or his child, in an ambulance, and you find the road is closed, you will be prejudicing the right of that particular individual. So first of all, before we go to the law enforcers, we must ask ourselves, the organizers of these meetings or demonstrations, are they themselves civil?
But what do you mean by civil?
What I mean is, what I mean is, are they following the regulations as they are supposed to be? Because we must ask yourself, how come the Inspector General is outlawing these demonstrations? But as he says, it is important to understand the psychology of the persons you are dealing with.
But they have a right to picket, don't they?
They have a right to picket, but they must picket within certain regulations. You saw what happened yesterday by midnight in my village. The roads were already closed last night, and they were burning tires. Is that acceptable, Jeff? Is that what the opposition people are supposed to do? To burn tires on the road? That is not the demonstration. Because if that is what you are calling demonstration, then I don't understand what it is. So what we are saying is that, number one, are these people conducting themselves in accordance to the Constitution? Are they peaceful as provided in the Constitution?
And they would argue that they are, and that when the police become violent is when they become violent.
But you look at it this way. Even before the police arrived, you have just been reading the news. Even before the police arrived, they had blocked roads. Even before the police arrived, they had put rocks on the roads. They were burning tires. How do you say they were peaceful? How do you say the police have provoked them? Unless we are blind, unless we don't belong to the country, unless we don't want to understand the situation at which we are. Because he's talked about force. Which force is reasonable? The force is reasonable, and he taught me, the force is reasonable depending on the force against you or are they force against the public?
So you say the police aren't it's not brutal force, they're not...
No, I can't say that. I can say it's a setup by the opposition to do wrong things, because the police also have a right to protect you, Jeff.
Okay, gentlemen, take a look at this next clip here.
Yes.
And Wanakoma, you were talking about joyriders.
Yeah.
Right? Take a look at this clip earlier on where police are masquerading as journalists. You saw that, huh? Masquerading as journalists so that they can go and arrest some guy, and that jeopardizes our role. You know, we didn't know it was the police until he sprung out and rang and captured that guy. And military, the media council has come out and said, you know, this is endangering the lives of journalists. Look at that. Plainclothes guy arresting some guy, and he was hiding amongst journalists. That is simply wrong.
He had a press card?
I don't know if he had a press card, but he was amongst the press.
Yeah,
he was there. He was masquerading.
He had a camera.
He had a camera.
He had a camera.
Photos.
Oh, masquerading as
one of us.
Yes.
So you feel surprised.
So you feel that is putting the journalists at risk,
yes,
because they may be fought by the common men.
Not only that,
the rioters.
He's probably carrying a gun.
Yes.
And he springs out. He arrests this guy. He bundles him off. I mean, that's not right for us.
Don't you think you are safe with the policeman carrying a gun in between you in such a situation where the public can also turn against you? Don't you think you are safer? Don't you think you are safer with him?
No. We feel, we're being endangered.
Are you sure?
Because we never know when he could turn on us.
I think I've seen journalists walk with police in such situations. Yes. Even in war, we have seen. You don't feel endangered.
Not plainclothes, not plainclothes guys. We don't know who they are. No,
it's part of work. To be in plainclothes is part of work.
Do you agree?
Yeah, you see, it's what I'm talking about. Cooperation, where in a situation like this, the organizers themselves, they must have wardens. They themselves, they must have. And this is what I would advocate. That you as organizers, you have your guys there. Those guys are the ones to really activate the police. Not the other way around. The incognito business right now might create problems because of the situation we are in, because of the Constitution. And I have mentioned, people now know many things. So today you can't dodge people, Jeff. You can't. And the police, we must humble ourselves to the public. Because if the public is not with the police will not. Look, no, the police cannot move without the public, first of all. No case will be solved without the public. Maybe 5%, fewer. So you need the public on your side. And you can only be with the public on your side if you're cooperating like that. And everybody says, man, this is good. But it's okay what is being said, what is being done, incognito, yes, I have caught someone, but really have you? And look again, I'm talking of backlash. And
yes.
It can be...
I have something very interesting.
Go on.
I was in the village the other week when it was just starting. And members of the public, general members of the public, never joined the demonstration in our local center. What happened was the MCAs, 2 MCAs from my place, went and gathered border riders, took them somewhere next to a small hotel, gave them money. Then they walked about 2 kilometers away. Then they now came carrying placards and demonstrating. There wasn't much. There was no clash between them and the police. But you could see these were not locals who are feeling pressure on any other reason who have come out to demonstrate. These are people who have been paid to go and do a particular work. And these are some of the things that bring conflict in some of these areas. And we must agree as a country. First of all, we must think about our country. We must be patriotic to our country. We must agree that every person has a right to picket, to assemble, to demonstrate. But basically, we must agree. It must be peaceful, and the persons doing it must not be armed. And you can see at midnight in some places, people had already put up the tires, they already had stones, they had already closed the roads, they had already blocked the roads. So the police come to unblock the roads and so on and so forth. And I can tell you, if a peaceful demonstration is undertaken today and people walk to Kamkunji and the opposition leaders address people and people leave peacefully, because these demonstrations have been there before. So the first time we're having demonstrations. And sometimes they have been peaceful.
Are you saying they're out of control?
Who?
These demonstrations.
No, they're not out of control. But you see, what we are saying is that the political leaders themselves, they are happy when such things happen. When police kill people, when people die in these situations, then they get more sympathy and they get an opportunity to explain themselves better. They would not encourage peaceful demonstrations because you've never heard them condemn. Even today, you will never hear any of the organizers condemning boys who are blocking roads with stones. The boys who are blocking the roads with stones, you'll never hear them even go to the road and say, no, gentlemen. For example, if I'm a member of parliament for Embakasi or for Langata, and the boys have closed the roads, I'm an opposition leader, it would be my duty to come out to demonstrate that I believe in peaceful demonstration. Say, gentlemen, please let us not block the roads. Let us not put the stones on the roads. Let us not burn tires. Let's move peacefully and demonstrate, and I will lead you. If that happens, and the police come and disperse people who are peacefully demonstrating, then it would obviously show that the police are not doing anything professional and that they are wrong. But when people have gone to block the roads, people are burning tires on the roads, you are stopping movements, people cannot go to hospital, people cannot go to work, then the police have a right to disperse you.
It seems like you're blaming the protesters. That's what you're doing.
Yes, I am. Because of their actions, not because of the fact that they have gone to demonstrate. If the demonstration is peaceful, the demonstration is unarmed, well and good. But if the demonstration is the way it is, and Jeff, you've seen it, people started burning tires at midnight yesterday. People started blocking roads at midnight yesterday. You can see in many places the motorists are stopped and they are asked for money. It's robbery.
All right, let me take a break from there, Charles and Joseph. We're going to take a break, come back and talk about more. There's an article, Article 245, sub-Article 4, talking about a person cannot give directions to the Inspector General. Cabinet Secretary cannot do that. The Inspector General is supposed to operate independently.
Yes.
But that's not happening in this case. We'll talk about that. And also going forward, what needs to be done? Is it civic education so that the police can now, and protesters can get along? Because it doesn't look like it's getting any better. And more people will die. And it's getting worse. We're talking to former DCI boss Joseph Kamau and former police spokesman Charles Owino here on the bench. Talk about the police and the public. How to mend those fences. Keep tweeting. We still have a bit of more news. Smart Farm is coming up next. A bit of sports. Back to the conversation. Keep tweeting at Kwenanga Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag.
A month. That's horrible. So I don't know what generation we're living here. We need to change this. Mr. President, these people elected you. At least we need an office where people can walk in. Castori says the previous administration had office in the cloud. I don't know how I can get the cloud. But we need a physical office. We really need a physical office. And whatever the community needs, I'm able to support you guys. We're ready to support everybody here. Even if you don't have a place to sleep, I can give you a room to sleep because I don't want anybody to be under the tree suffering. We don't want to do that. But I like people who are I love the people here. When I walk to Shabbat here, I can see the city is investing a lot. I see a lot of companies down here. I see Amazon and I see Satellite, which means this place is developing. And we have a lot of people that are working here, our young people that have come from Kenya. There are a lot of people working in Amazon. So we need to reach to them and see what we can help. Thank you so much. I'm Daniel Ndusa from Washington County. I live in Woodbury. Say to my job, I can say what kind of tax in Washington County. Thank you so much. Thank you. Very nice decision I speak. He has great ideas, and I hope we can tap into that. Next we have Innocent Marube. He represents Hennepin County. Lower Hennepin County. We have to.
When you guys come my account, I'll talk about it.
Thank you. We are waiting you to call us. Mr. Isaac Njoroge represents Upper Hennepin. Let him say a word.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary, for giving me this chance to say a word before we leave service here. And our brother will see a number of people here, but I think next time we should have maybe enough time to announce and to say that people here, they are supposed to attend this meeting. So for saying that, we are planning to have, first of all, my name is Isaac. I'm a North Hennepin Harper representative. I'm going to organize my meeting. I hope it won't be easy. It will be a matter of everything with a lot of people attending. In this month, on 20th. So I'm organizing with my executive and my counterpart, representative. I think that time we announced earlier so that people can understand that we are here. Get some comments from people say, oh, it's too late to post what we are supposed to have today, but saying that our team will make these things to announce like 2 weeks earlier so that people can know that we are here. People give some excuses. They say, oh, you just announced it like 1 day. No, we don't want to be that. Give us like 2 weeks and notes so that they can prepare to attend. For that reasons, I'm saying that thank you very much for those who have attended here, and we continue helping each other. For those county representatives, I think we also need to work together as far as executive are working together to share some counties, what the problem they have. So for example, in anything happen, we will discuss more, and if we announce the date that we will attend, and then I feel like you guys bring all your burdens to Mwanyagetinge, because as I say, some of the people here, they are having chances to make Mwanyagetinge big, but as we are elected, so we will make sure that we are coming number one, because these small groups, they are from Mwanyagetinge. So I'm thinking about 22nd this month. That's when we can have our Hennepin Harper meeting, and it will contain a lot of stuff. We can organize even our people who have poems, music, and even some other people who can join for us for even businesses, health care awareness, all stuff. So we're going to organize that. Thank you very much, and for coming.
Asante sana. Amesema atakuwa na atakuwa na town hall yenye itakuwa matter of all town halls meetings. All right. In the meantime, I understand there was not enough notice, but at the same time, we can come, I'm sure.
Thank you. Abantu baitu ntubategura ukeito ntwabaete nonsi amapema tumira nege abali baisikolente kwa sina wale bakumere report na matikali igolende next time kiara moroje sino ya tingo ko yaba na bangi baraje ngo bakira santi abantu bonse biko rusawa Mwanyagetinge neye mwezi pimoje next time tocha kumarange nende bono toma ngana healthy awareness igon to our the barbecue when the barbecue can go roche wana ba kere ndaga na anjire you know come if it was a barbecue then you could see like hundreds of people around eating something, but kwa sababu leo hatukusema kuna nyama choma, so ndio sababu watu hawakuja wengi sana, lakini kwa ofisi ninawaheshimu na waliniambia watalete barbecue huku chini hii mwaka. Kwa hivyo next time mjue sasa tutakuwa wengi, na siku hiyo ndio mtaona kweli sisi tutakuwa wengi zaidi kuliko huko juu kwa mlima venye tunatoka. Tunajiamini huku chini na tuko na umoja, na sisi wote tunajua tuko kitu moja, na wote mkirudi huko juu waambie huku chini tunakuja. Mwanyagetinge sasa tuko hapa tunakuja. Kwa hivyo mjitetee, na washukuru nyote. Aso wewe kama mtana barabara, Madam President, Mr. Vice Secretary, and Mr. Treasurer and Organizing Secretary. Asante kwa wale wageni. Naende ngoja kwa bora ndio kidogo. Moja moja. Na watu wangu mtu mbali pe barbecue. Niligere ni Madam President. Toto ita. Asa hiyo market Liamon. I say thank you to my kids for accepting to come in and yeah, for accepting to come in, Maori, Stacy, and my son was right here, but okay. So this one they said they better say something to show Daddy that they're still with me and they support the unity. Thank you. So that's why they're here, and they say unity is all that's needed and love for each other. So maneno ya vitina mingi hawataki, wanataka umoja na maendeleo. Asante.
And let me take this chance to say a few words. My message to all of you here is to say thank you for showing up. Na wale wengine mnaotazama kule nyumbani, tunawaambia ni Mwanyagetinge tugweterane. Our message was, let's work together in a transparent way, and we need to involve you all. So tuko hapa tunakusanya maoni na mawaidha mbalimbali ambao mtatoa, na bado hii imekuwa ni kionjo, ndio tumeanza. Tumewaambia tutakuwa tunazunguka through the counties. I don't know how many they are, I know about 6. Yes.
There's like 68. No, yeah, 68 counties.
Oh, there are about 68 counties. How far? So tutakuwa tunazunguka hizi county zote ziko hapa Minnesota, na nimesema kuna county zingine ambazo hazina representatives. Kwa mfano, I think Anoka County we are missing, and Scott County. So hao watu tunawataka wajiunge na sisi, hao ndio watatusaidia tufikie umuntu usio minto kwensi PSI. I know kuna a lot that is going on. Kasi nyanza tunaweza. So this is the dream team. My brother Moses, we want you to educate our people about hiyo maneno ya bima. So tunapotana mkutano, tutakutafuta njoo tuelimishe watu wetu. Into Mwanyagetinge kitiga tutige kwerusagani toje tubwaterane tubwate na mbe nyingi ni maende Mr. Vice Chair na bana magana manga ng'ang'a kitogo tumigo. Igato tuwe otumigo. Tuwate number and our voice can be heard. Hiyo tu ndio message nawaachia, niwaambie tujiunge pamoja na tufanye kazi pamoja na tuendelee kuombea viongozi wetu. Bila nyinyi hatutaweza. Na kwa hayo machache niliweza kuandika anaitwa Mwanyagetinge. Bwana Donald wa
watu walikitoboga anatia kwa chingo sana ono weki vya mwana shughuli tubalika au watu tayari watu budget na kiweza wakora tuikira na leo endo ndawa tena ndawa mta executive time is very important honestly na sasa Intubiata mtuja sera mbia colegas. Yo all the persons que eran todos los puntos de clase. Kana kulike proposal mapema. Nikia kiuta kioko yuputano kadura ndio watu mutano bacha. Ndio sababu tena na bacha hiyo. Proposal yo bara hiyo sera nguta yete. Tukulike bantu bago watu wanataka Watale organize, jaga kuya organize mapema mo kulike proposal kisha tunaona na watu karanza tu tora ni sababu MBA na kufikira check ina rega asiana abantu bada kota ana to kwa na kwa mtu ya watu wano register. We need more people to register Mwanyagetinge. $20 Tombele wote na Mwanyagetinge mjebugate akausita anywhere. Register so na tu agora kura abantu register na wakesana. And we need more people and more resources ga bantu mjebo atura kwa this goes by ndio kuja kuna sasa kuna mkutano kwa vya mwana suocha kwa dia wangu mangana ya sasa ngeli bodi question. Thank you.
At this time, I will welcome our Secretary General, Mr. Yapesh, and Mr. Yapesh will welcome the Vice.
Just to office. After almost I think a month and a half. This is the songs. Again, take it down now. Sana as we go, we will make sure we have to change the The most important thing is what is it is all about. I mean, why are you asking from out there what's Mwanyagetinge? Can you get in there, be part of Mwanyagetinge, and then tell us how we can move it forward? And we currently we have almost 300 members, and communities is more than that. Our community, especially Kenyans who live in Minnesota, we have more than 300. So I would urge everyone who has never registered to register with Mwanyagetinge. It's only $20 for registration, and that form will make it available to all social medias that we have. We make sure, and so it's upon every individual to make sure they register and then belong to Mwanyagetinge. Let us stop this notion of I registered for that just as well. We need to be there, and we need to be decision makers with one of the members here said they are so happy that for the first time Mwanyagetinge is having an event in the South. I am the Secretary General of Mwanyagetinge, and this is my message. I'm 5 minutes away from here, and even this hall, I'm the one in South this hall. So, people from South, you know, you have a representative from the South, and even Wakili, who is the board member for Dakota County, is from the South. Well, they've been hosting a lot of events up south, up north, and thinking that people don't live down here. Somebody was complaining, like, how come you guys saying we have a lot of people in the south, and this doesn't show like there's people in the south. You know, it's step by step. This is just a start. As Wakili said, the board member, we have more events down south. If this was announced high on time and everything in place, this hall would be enough. This hall would be enough. We have a lot of people living in the south. Yes, you can ask where are they, but this is just a start. And most of the people who are leaders from South here, like Gewata and all these people, they were saying they are so happy that for the first time, Mwanyagetinge is holding an event south. So we will hold more in our people out there. Mwanyagetinge is for all the community, no matter where you live. If you are a member, we will come to your host. From here next, we're gonna organize an event, and this will be on the north, and it will be on Brooklyn Park. We will communicate the venue later, and from what the board member said, Isaac, he said it's gonna be on 22nd of April, which is a Saturday. So we'll communicate the address later, and we welcome you all. Doesn't matter if you live south, if you have time, just come out there. If you live in the center or up and north, just show up so that we can have an event and we can communicate the steps we are taking to unite our community and move forward. So, as you all are aware from social media and everything, the Kenyan embassy will be coming here to Minnesota, and they will be having a mobile consulate, so that if somebody wants to renew their passport, they want an ID or something, because the ID changed a long time ago. Some time back I was in Kenya, and I happened to find out that my ID doesn't work anymore. They have an ID, and they have new passports. So they will be here. They will be here from. They will be here the 3rd to the The address, we post that officially in our forum, our Mwanyagetinge forum, and to somewhere in Mwanyagetinge, which is very, very good because it's a center. People from south can just go there, people from north can just go there, and that's what we've been fighting all around. Like, if we have an event, we need it to be in a center that our people can just access. If you're coming from north, you don't have to. If we're coming from south, like myself, and the members from south, we don't have to drive all the way to Brooklyn Park. So they will be here from every 3rd to 5th, and it will be starting from 8 a.m., 8 p.m., and it will be on Destiny Church in Minnesota.
Can I have one?
Yes, yes.
I'm the chairman for that.
Yes.
So let me, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so the address will be 13207 Drake Street, extension, Minnesota, Minnesota 55305. And they will be starting from 8 in the morning to 8 p.m. So anybody who have an issue, passport wise, or they want to talk to the Kenyan embassy, feel free to contact these people. And we'll be giving more information as we go. And at this point, I think we're sort of all to talk. And I would just welcome the Vice President, who would hand over to the President.
On that note, you were asked.
Yes.
You say that the ID.
Well, that's something we want to talk to them on that day.
No,
because
let me make that.
yeah, they will.
So the embassy, this time around, they are coming with the immigration people. The immigration people will be giving what we call IDs and passports. Not total IDs and passports. If you married and your wife, you want your wife, or your wife wants your name, make sure you come together. Because some will be coming without the wife will be coming without the husband. Ensure. If you have got children, the question you will answer, Mr. Caston will answer some of the questions. If you have got children, everybody should actually go online and make those applications. Even if it's an ID, you will also pay $50. Passport, whatever. The fee is actually there, so they'll definitely explain to you. But the best option is, please make appointment. There is a form. Make the application. When you are coming there, so you are basically coming for fingerprint. When they confirm that your documents are clean, you just take your fingerprint, then they are ready for home. Simple like that. That's how I get the question from the executive. Let me get the question first of all.
Mine is really about the constituent affairs.
Yes.
Mine is about the executive. With the time the Mwanyagetinge has been operating, we have an asset portfolio. And if we don't, like we have tangible assets at the Mwanyagetinge. And if you have never had that, we have any plans right now on acquiring such assets? Because I believe if you're going to attract more members, let it be like, shareholders. So if you have this plan like, we're going to do this, we're going to acquire this, I'm very sure you're going to generate more members because everybody wants to plan his money wherever he needs something out of that. So if you can have that, and that's for the executive.
Yeah, I'll answer that. Thank you for bringing that up. And as executive, I'll say as leaders of Mwanyagetinge, we are in that plan. In fact, if you heard from the representative from Washington County, that's what he said. He said we need to have a fiscal office. We didn't have any. We are still, and we want that. apart from office, we need to have access, that's what you want to say, and this is going to happen. It's going to happen. There's no, I mean, it's going to happen, and I know you are a businessman, you are thinking about
for me,
giving
I
us,
know my space, my office.
you're working on whatever you are doing. That's fine. Is your question answered?
For the financial assets, I need to know more what the
No, right now.
But I need.
But then we will make sure that Mwanyagetinge goes part way. Okay, and let me say this. Mr. Treasure, did you have a question? To whom?
Last time, by letter, I wrote so that it can apply.
Yeah, that's why I asked. That's why I didn't want to give the mic directly to the vice because I wanted to address that. Can you address that?
Sure.
Then after that, I'll have the mic to you.
That's a direct.
It's not that direct.
This is the gentleman, the gentleman, you've got very good suggestions. So the best option is write some of them and hand them to them. Maybe right now they might not like exhaustive, but you can now work directly with them so that you can actually help us to move forward. That's a wonderful suggestion.
We can share all that. If they have our email address, we can share
The other thing, yes, I'm giving the answer to my over there. The embassy people, we actually pressure them to ensure that they bring passports. Because most people applied last year, up to now they have not received those passports. Unfortunately, they are saying, they are claiming that that is a security issue. The directive from Nairobi Immigration the Internal Security and Immigration said that you are supposed to receive that passport directly from either New York or Washington DC. So they are not going to put the passport in a box and carry them this way, because they might reach somewhere and zipotea and blah blah. So the best option is, if you know a friend or a family member, they send the email addresses. So check, verify the email addresses if they sent it, because some people might have moved to a different address. That's why you can't get that information. But the answer is no. But we are still pressurizing them. They come there, but make sure that before even they come abroad, it's good for you to maybe give me your information or your email addresses, or there's a paper they give out. What do you call that paper? No. There is a paper when you applied for the passport, there's a receipt they gave. Whether they call it acknowledgement or whatever. What?
Invoice.
Whatever, it's an invoice or whatever. If you've got that one, you don't even present it to them. But you don't really need to wait for them to come. The best option, send it to me, then we send it to Washington DC. When they're coming, they can actually come with their passport for verifying.
I request to have like 2-3 minutes from the Vice President, so I can address something that is so important. Thank you. I'm addressing you. The work.
Yes.
Thank you for giving us that information. Yes. But unfortunately, you are acting as a school. This is why we have a problem. The Kenyan embassy, we're going to communicate this and we're going to communicate this straight up. The Kenyan embassy needs to work with organizations. You are here giving your information, somebody else is giving information. I was somebody last night, he was telling me he's part of that. They need to know who that is representing our community. I mean, as a fact, the previous regime, I'm not saying they were wrong or something. If Kenyan embassies come here to Minnesota, they need to contact us because we are leaders of this community. If they go that way, I don't know how you communicate to them, maybe WhatsApp or Facebook or wherever, they need to stop that. And this is not a request, we are demanding. Because we are not being elected as leaders, and then they are doing things that we don't even understand. As we stand right now, I communicated with them using Mwanyagetinge visual email. They never came back to me to tell me like this is what we are doing. The venue they are arranging, I don't know who is arranging that. They need to stop, and if they are listening, they need to stop. They need to work with an organization and not individuals. Because you people working with them as who? Somebody else working with them as who? They need to channel all their communications through Mwanyagetinge, because Mwanyagetinge, as we stand, is the only organization that has members and has protocol. Like we are here right now. I can't speak before the vice president speaks. This thing needs to stop. They need to communicate to us. Last time they came here, I'm sorry to say this, they came here, they were giving people passports and everything. Right now, somebody asked, like, are you gonna print those passports? You don't know.
Have I not?
No, you answered, but you don't know. You said that's not possible. What is so hard for them to communicate to this organization as Mwanyagetinge organization that is representing Kenyans who live here? What is so hard for them to contact us as leadership of the community? They contact individuals. That needs to stop. I'm not saying you are wrong. You are being.
I'm waiting to answer you because you
No.
are ranting, but
I'm not. What I'm saying, yes. If they are listening, I sent them a message to tell them, like, okay, I'm not addressing you. Yeah. I'm not addressing you. Yeah. No, I'm not
addressing the wrong people. The best option, Mr. Makabi, you could actually call me aside and tell me, what is, that is the truth.
Whatever
you are answering, you don't actually understand. You don't understand.
You didn't speak directly to me.
That is what I'm saying. You don't really understand how. You don't understand how I became actually. I was contacted. You have not even known. Unfortunately, without information, it's not fair. Just complain.
No,
and you're not complaining to the embassy. There's no embassy guy here. The best option is get good information before you act.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying I'm acting like I'm not acting you. I'm attacking.
No, that's what I'm acting. I'm not.
They wanna get this.
But the thing is,
also they should stop and then address the stuff that pertains to the community, to organizations, not individuals. You are one. Last night I was with somebody who told me how they are organizing an event. They should stop that, and if that's the way they want to work, I'm very sorry. That's not how Kenyan embassy should work. It should work with organizations that communicate to people. I was in another forum, I tried to even communicate this, like, okay, Kenyan embassy is coming here, and then I was shut out, like you can't do that. You know, we need to make organizations strong than individuals. I might be who I am, but right now, if I'm a secretary of Mwanyagetinge, I should speak as a secretary of Mwanyagetinge, not as Makamba, as an individual. I don't know how they're working with individuals out there, they're organizing forums. That needs to stop. Thank you, and I'm going to hand the mic to Vice President.
So you need one also to answer you. I'm helping my younger brother to understand what's happened, but it's okay. I should have helped you because you have what?
I have a lot of information.
You have a lot of information.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I can get where is coming from, and it's Mr. Secretary, and it's not far from my point. The same problem, yes. Me, I have 10 times on top of what I have. So when that time comes, yes. I'll address. But first of all, let's address what we are here for. I think Mr. Wycliffe. People have said this event succeed, but once we also down there, the people have tested, it is most successful. It's only that we are standing here, we are not addressing why we are here. We are not here as a meeting to address. The purpose we're here, we are doing this. And these kids, those who have come across, it is called a home testing kit for HIV.
My question is...
No question right now. So, this is what we are given by the CDC to supply to our community. This contract was given last year, September last year. The outgoing regime are already gone. They came and started this kit, but they were withdrawing money. These kits were sitting in someone's garage. They were given 1,000 kits to supply with the money to use it. So, like this hall, they give money to rent so that you can teach our people. So when we came to office, we found these things, and they called us, came from the office, CDC office, they told us how to use it, how to supply, and then we decided to use our representative to organize each county they represent. And the first one is this one, what we started. And we are went round to those counties. So here is not like we need to see a multitude here. It is you come there, you get rate, you sign them like a draft. So we don't expect to see people sitting here waiting to be elected. When we arrange Mwanyagetinge meeting, all questions people have, let them come there. And I would prefer, because we will announce even a month earlier, you send your questions to the email, those questions, so we know how we find answers. So when you come, we know that what we are addressing. These popping up questions, the other one popping up questions, we will stay until tomorrow, and then we never finish. I go from that area. We have a lot of everyone the young go around, they are there, but they trek no. Be on the 5. Lakini umondo okunono. Umondo come 12,000. Can get 5,000. Get umondo kwa na raba 6,000. Kwa umondo mukwe. Lakini yeni suete ni bias. Ajabu na nani tuwasikia tutanga tukachukua purpose iliyo kwe. Nani yanataka kuona namba ni ndio but maana upende kuna sanduku endele disa umondo andana kwa achache kwa mtu anaona sisi mchakato kwa maana timu kwa kutazama because money is start for intended. So what we come up and they used to be Mwanyagetinge get the benevolent ego kabe ngala insurance ego kabe de sisi tanga oko na road kuma ndaka ndenda kwa neki ombata etogwakana ebyo mbegete kwenda kwa. So in that as a community because there is a burden already one ya mbele Mwanyagetinge come quickly you take care of that. Lakini because of individuals because you know what direction. That's why now this question is number city. This group with the na kitara na korete group here the champion matanga you see those are things some places because of interest. we see, we say it. Can you get to police? So, everything that I please, I hope my microphone is addressing the people. That's where the children. And then more naturally, you will get that as easy. And I want to work on our meeting. I own what to say. I so, nakito what was this? Entity ya Mwanyagetinge. Bago kasi madam maitenje kusanga ya Mwanyagetinge. Wana wao akwa na Mwanyagetinge. Ebiansi sabina ntendo wote. We went in Minneapolis. Minister at Mwanyagetinge. But the intelligence into a weather to Canada, and we have a president to a Canada, but to road. One I can one of the guess who stood when I was what? Oh, you weird dog. I would the one again kind of there. I got some sorry, internet. I got some I think I see every I and the go jump okay, when time comes, I will say it. Notice. A space here would be that's why you are, but maybe you're walking by with them. Now, on the doubt that will make it, I'm giving the time automatically, and I'm making careless need one to go out and see. One of us need to go supply these things. Now we are taking the way they go one second to September. These are 3 months down the road on one quarter to one. The kids was a big room. Every room get talk about the more than much my kids. Chin and cups of what? Carry on what way they would go. Man, carry never do much in the year. Being used our numbers. Who are behind this system? You know it. Current? Never. Lakini more you see this is the point. I'm no problem. In what about is my yeah, what is so hard? Immediately, 1991 time, embassy. When I was a secretary, and but so soon to watch who gave you that name? Because you were secretary, and I had to publish one on that thing.
Nandi ba kusipasa mukita abantu batatu na boss with the chairman ya mwana ba boss sasa wakati kimya ukili kuna mwana sasa wakati usika stop na because na knowledge samaite tokoro sinde gede na niki kabisa tutuma lakini ndani na nenda kwa sio beti asa business habit nanya sawa leo tutakuwa so every ndumne watu mara wewe mweka ana mwate ya bantu asitis una kile una bana diswa to ila media nini una kiore watanata ya consulted so I would like feminists always expand again na get target na nini ile ota dia nere chairman ni se chairman yake lakini nero mwenye consulate mama ni kaja tabia nere ordinate de please people kwa sababu nene moko wako ya bara sio ya Mungu to weka chui nero tena na hayo watu wana wabenda pale chama cha vile fire sio go na kwa hata kwa nini ego chama ni cha tu kile na tuta taitokole wana tushini na ki nje lakini kwa ndani ndana na ngoma no maana tena kitu ni ngoma na ndio ndio tikasi ndio ndio wote wote na kutikana ndio tumekuwa sana ndio amusi ndio kutumeka chini mwana barama ni na hapo tuseme mna Kenyans lakini mkusita kwa embassy na Tanzania bana gecha wewe akatumia ya president ya Rwanda toko liku namba moja ama ndakura likume so all of those things I know now a committee is doing musi na instead kuni at least nikatoka mama ndio basa utumeka muna kwa rutuna ni kanisa kwa nani chikina kwa almost 100 obangana hapo operante kanisa kita kwa kinoweka sana babo pas muno usina ki aba kusitu wata chipasa tsara ko chini chiwekira ni kanisa ibele muno usina ani ni kanisa mowe kinaki ngatu to iko na kanisa mwatu watata mwana lakini moto kutomwa omo wana sasa ndio kwa tomo sidi na wao mo mbali na bana ba agota kuweka wasema na no lakini hando tunsi na nini tutwe ndio kiwe ndio mwana tu kwa it is now iko kwa moto kwa rasa nite asset na mwadi na kiasi na tuna hapo wasema wana surprise hapo mbaya surprise wa dana cheni nini whereby technically my authority na official system kwa hiyo anaye at least anaye but getting one even mani kara ilikiri mwana ba ay every woman na lete kana office every yoko ingani biro 100 wana Mwanyagetinge tu ana quarantine biro ni nani kubali AC adwe ngabinora tokangola ibiro ye wana na two people babi bwati for your information no te tiwe kali oliko bilia those are part of the chairs bibi no ya no bwati baba kane those assets na yana mtaka week sit name to your Mwanyagetinge and to under square one every day asset it my business once that we do lakini bali ya mwebule tangaza na kama ndio wale bwate asset ya mbali na kuira basi kuira na kaje ni bata mjeta basi kazi ila ya ni rote na kwenda ni sile yani nje mbele nje wewe tabia sachia chama ni vinatoa bure so those are assets storage chichile bana abuna polo bana wekra jambo ni vile lakini kitu ya wasa si wewe sana tu mimi sote na hatumu yani auto light yule kanso kile kichama ni jaba sana at least wanao ile ya moga
Into a Kyoto.
Tell him to come. I need him to sit down. Organization, first of all, dig the information, get facts before chago complain. So ina nito chakira na maiga to chago genda kosi. Ikine kinto na bate wana baba. Nche omwano yo minto no moko mwano minto ngati te miaka mingi sana. Na ando manyire all the years na minyira America ga ne konyora nchiko ko bwana wale ko bwana. Yitingwa tumanga na. So let me put the point straight. This is what actually happened. In the organization, in Korokunga, one voice consortium. One voice consortium, nere okolegasi na immigration, Korukeni, not even from the embassy in Washington, D.C. So they are basically working, one voice consortium, actually nere again, we have a Kenya wants to be, not only Mwanyagetinge, have a Kenya wants to be in the whole of the U.S. So they were actually contacted, okay, in more Paramana, Mutakorama, embassy, all the views watch and all that. Chicken and Chico Namati, into perspective. Last year, I didn't actually even know how they actually contracted. But they did what they did Bagakora. I don't know a role Mwanyagetinge played, but I was actually in the periphery. Now I know exactly what was happening. But this time around, because I'm one and one person actually, or is one voice consortium, a year ago, an umbrella organization, Kenya was in the US. Kenya wants to passport in the all let me say major states of Kenya mapping Kenya police and all that. So that is why actually, because I'm one of those members, I can contact. I can contacted to be just a representative. Lakini not only me. Abantu bande mbaroro, abakale mbaroro, abagikoyo mbaroro, and all that. So I'm actually one in Chengachorunga ninche ndo monene kira. This is that is okay. Okay. Oh no. Economics one voice consortium. Actually, it's not transparent actually to it yet. It will go from last this thing actually is successful. I cannot that information. I actually even called my younger sisters. Now what is this? Again, embassy, and I want to say what? Inform. At least because it's here. Make sure successful. I told her like that. But I'm still waiting for her to give me the information. But he can take it. So one you know me very well. That's what I'm Mwanyi brought him inside. That is why actually I wrote in Mwanyi. That is that again to get and all the time lakini ndio abatebe bana ba mitwa Mwanyagetinge ikaransanse roski modalities togosukabushi togo chakwana kusasa banya abakoleta makosa mbakole bintebiga. Don't start actually digging back up. Naro chino nyine batoye tekwere bakolete they have actually tried very much paka batoye tekwere de chichi grand. I saw a lot of money actually inside there. So we need actually to go back to as ba fail to collect nyara progress. even you people actually fail. You know, I need to say, so we need that even to get progress. I'm here, and I because of him. No one, we are everything about coach. I have to come and support. You go on that is all I want.
Yes. Thank you so much, because what I was going to ask you, we just talk about it. Because I was wondering how you guys have never contacted us, but then you say very clearly you contacted the president. No, problem. So no problem, there's no problem. If you contacted the president, that means you contacted the
Yes.
And then small mistake organizations as quick as possible so that we can communicate. Right now, we are even scared to put that message in Mwanyagetinge because we don't know what it is. So as soon as you guys get us information, communicate as quick as possible. Because I understand he communicated on Thursday. And this thing has been going on round. This thing has been going on round. I got that information like 2 weeks ago. No, the address was communicated.
One Voice Consortium. It's a very nice one. Actually, Lumumba guy got through One Voice Consortium. It's so nice. Thank you.
Welcome.
Good evening. President ya Mwanyagetinge. Nani kwa kila ngambi mwana sema kwa tunaleta wote service mwana ni timu ya leo nzega and we are working together very well. Nani tutako baini kwa kumwenzi. So today was a meet and greet your leaders. Na baadaye mama wale tumiseti yes the two of them I think. Pata ike na hai. And the reason is pale ile kanisa kwa sababu kilingana yoko beke mekutano leo ni Saturday. Because most of them can never cancer. So we'll be alternating. So we can holiday, so we can involve everybody. So today, as I said, it was a meet and greet. And we have something here that if you go around the community, you got everyone saying alignments. And then last year, September 2016. Nothing much was done. We don't know how much they did, but then we have the supply here. We are working on it. Thank you so much with the Dakota County. But that's our job. Yeah. So authority because at that time neglected, ignored. We are here as a new team. Talk about we are not going to neglect you or leave you behind. So we are working together with all of you. Because you guys haven't been coming to the north, because it's kind of far, that's why we came down here to tell you that we are working together, and we're going to involve you in whatever that we are doing. The only thing we need is for you to register as Mwanyagetinge members. And my secretary talk about it and the vice. So registration is only $20. After we have registered in Mwanyagetinge, we are going to put you in the forum, Mwanyagetinge, register the members. So don't join those other Mwanyagetinge that you see, I know there are some like 2 or 3 of them. Here, and say sorry, and say United, wherever they are, I don't know. The official Mwanyagetinge forum is called Mwanyagetinge Registered Members Forum. If you are not there, then you know you are not in Mwanyagetinge forum. And the message will go there. We are moving from Telegram to Mwanyagetinge because initially it could not hold many people, but now it can take up to 1,000 plus. So if you are not in the Mwanyagetinge registered member, then you are not a Mwanyagetinge member. Find out from your county rep or find out from our treasurer or our secretary to know that you are registered. All right. Again, we need everybody Mwanyagetinge to CPS or Mwanyagetinge County, whether you're in Ramsey County, whether you're in Anoka County, whether it's Dakota, whether it's Washington, please know your leader. There is a WhatsApp forum. Here county, Kere County name what the WhatsApp forum. If you're not in those forums, then no, you're not in the right place. Whatever you are, you need to know where your people are and you need to be with them. I hope I'm clear with that. So there's forums you need to be. Mwanyagetinge, registered members, and your county. If it's Dakota County, make sure you're in Dakota County. If it's Hennepin Upper, Hennepin Lower, make sure you're in the county. If you're not there, ask your leader why you're not there, if you're registered. Okay, I know we have so much going on around, like Matanga, we need everybody to get involved. That is going to connect us, all of us. Please make sure you help where you can. If you're good in cooking, please and take to the families. If you can give any $10, please do so. You see, like our brother who was killed in Kenya, the children are here. They need to go home to bury their parents, right? So we need to chip in and help. We know there are some committees and whatever there are, let our focus be like we're supporting this family to go home and bury their parents. So we need to continue with that. While we're here, I said it's a little group, and there is a health awareness kit here that my files have already showed. Now, and we were given last year in September. But even me, I didn't see it. I didn't even hear anything like HIV kit or any healthcare program, or not even mental awareness or anything. I didn't hear. I see I'm doing it, but I haven't seen from Mwanyagetinge. I don't know if it's me, but yeah, that's what it is. But this time around, we're going to include everybody. If we need the youth to come and organize an event, like today, the youth would have been here. But we have a hall. We are organizing you to come and address us, give us facilitators or anything. Because there are grants here, and they have been awarded to us to use. But we are the youths. But we need them, We need to talk to them. I got for just you see? And then we already said that we are going to help them. But helping them does not mean that we are going to encourage them to do what is not right. Talk to our youth, educate them, but then I give out colleagues, I give out maybe for some reason, the leaders are here. Know your continent, know where you live. So we are here to help you guys. So before we leave today, each one of you can have a kit. You can use this kit. When you go to the store to buy it from maybe a pharmacy, but the government has given us this. And when you open this inside, the instructions are in there. Over scan, there is a video you watch, and then it tells you how to check whatever the disease is. If you want to check your HIV status, you will check it. Nobody's going to ask you what the result was. If you want, you can send it to CDC, and then they can send you your gift card. So we are encouraging our members to know our status. If you find yourself you're negative, education is here on how we continue to live with our negative status. But unfortunately, if it's positive, that is not the end of the world. We still have education and what we can do to live well, as much as God will give you. So this we are celebrating here today, it has HIV kit inside, and it only takes 20 minutes for you to know your status. And I believe it's a good thing to know your status, because not everybody is faithful. If it has already happened to you, it's good to know where you can get help, and the help is here. Nobody is going to ask you where you're going to get the help. Everything is here, and nobody is going to follow you and make sure that you're going to get the help. It's you to decide and get help. But what I'm saying, Roslina na kita kuye kit na kita kapimwa kanyorale positive wono uchire kunyoma dio nobody is going to Mwanyagetinge. Our job is to give you the kit. It's sealed. Make sure it's sealed. Okay, you open it at your own time. Also many instructions. You submit yourself. You'll be able to know the result right away when you check. But you can confirm. You can confirm later. But you'll be able to see. Positive, and their guidelines on what to do after that. So basically, we are here, and Dakota County have organized this event so that we can continue with the health awareness. And today, everybody has to get 1 or 2. If you know your household has like 5 or 6 members, feel free to take for all of them. I can say especially the youth and the adult. Count the people that you can reach out and give them the kit so they can know their status. Soon and very soon, we are coming back again. Not only we are coming back. But not with the kit again. Of course, you can carry the kit. We will bring more. There is food to share. There is some other health materials to share. So today we didn't meet much of the members here. But I know some of them that have been coming, taking the kids, continue to do that, because it's for your own good. We don't have much time. We were supposed to leave here before 8 o'clock, and for us to wind up, so the main thing is that we carry the kids, we take them home, take your time, compose yourself, know your status, and the help is here. Nobody's going to check on you to make sure that you did it or you didn't do